Hey everyone, I am back with another video. Today I just wanted to go into some more detail about what's been going on. We are still being held hostage, as you can see. We're still locked in our apartment with the doggy. I wanted to go into some detail about my privacy that's been invaded throughout all of this. You know, these people, the cult, have hired people, I guess. I would say I'll let you decide who they hired into spying on me. And it all starts back a few months ago. They've tapped my phone. So they would listen on my private conversations I would have with my mom. These people would take stories that I would share with my mother of my trauma and repackage it for themselves because their lives are so dull and uninteresting that they would steal storylines to make their lives seem more interesting. I mean, how pitiful is that? Like, your life is, you don't even live your life or have a life if you have to steal someone else's trauma and life stories to make yourself seem interesting. They've stolen outfits, hairstyles, hair color, you name it. These people, that's all they do is lie, cheat, and steal, unfortunately. And I just have like a bunch of questions, like who allowed them to get access to me in my private life like this, to access to tap my phone. Even my mom's car has a GPS tracker and it's been bugged as well. And there's been a lot, and I know this is a lot to take in for all you guys, and I know it's like you're wondering how I know this. You know, could this all just be a coincidence? And I don't think so, because they're very specific personal details of my life that have been leaked throughout these groups of people and used it for storylines just to make themselves relevant. None of the storylines ever stick because it's not their truth. And it's been violating on that on top of everything else I've done, you know, being spied on and having not only my rights violated, but my privacy. You know, I can't even have conversations with my mom because these people steal everything. They steal and run with it as if it's their own life. And the best thing I can compare this to is there's a show called Cruel Summer on Hulu. Love that show. I would say my life is a little bit similar to that. I'm obviously Kate Wallace in this situation if you watch the show, but these people have kept me hidden because obviously I'm a threat to, you know, whatever it is to them, and they have to steal parts of my life to fabricate their lives to seem more interesting. And I wanted to show you. If you don't believe me, let's make an assumption for yourself. Do y'all like my little tank top? It's actually a sleep set. It's from Victoria's Secret pink brand. I even have the bottoms here. Very distinct print, if you ask me, and color combo. I'm gonna ask you to ask yourself some questions. If you see this pop around, this print and this color combo, ask how they got it and where they got it from. I've only worn this outfit in the privacy of my own home. I've actually never been photographed in it because it's a pajama set. And these people would taunt me with, you know, leaking my personal business out and, you know, personal stories, personal traumas, and fabricating for themselves to let me know that they're listening and think they could get away with it. And, you know, this actually puts a link. You know, they like to tell on themselves. And this is a perfect example. So if you see this out and about, ask yourself or ask them some questions. How did you get this? Where did you get this from? Why did you steal from a big brand like Victoria's Secret Pink as well? Not just an outfit from me. This puts a direct tie, because like I said, they like to tell on themselves, because they were taunting me thinking, oh, you know, she's not gonna say anything, she can't even speak right now, and thinking, you know, they would do that with keywords, with some things me and my moms would say in conversations. It would show up in little storylines for them or on their, you know, whatever, they would talk about it. And it's really, these people take all of this as a game to them. You know, I've already been down and out and they've kicked me while I'm down. They have, and go brag about it on social media like it's some sort of trophy. You know, I guess that's the only trophy they'll ever win in their minds, because they're not winners if you have to do something like that. Your life must not be that well if you have to go and spy on somebody 24/7 and have them surveillanced only to steal parts of their life and to pass it off as your own. And I just have questions like, what government officials or officials allowed them access to my private life, my phone conversations, and how are they allowed to get away with tapping my phone without, you know, legal, it's illegal what they've done. And there's just a lot of questions. But I advise you guys to do some research. You know, they're the ones that put all the working with the local sheriff's departments to keep me hidden here, because they've done, all these people have done horrible things to me in their group chats as well as outside of that. And they don't want me to get out because they don't want the truth to come out. But the thing is, everything's already been documented. So whether or not I live or die, the truth is gonna come out, you know, with or without me. So go around, do some research, take a long good look at these little shorts and this pattern, this very distinct pattern and color combo, and ask, where could they have gotten this? How would they have gotten this? And this is not like a newer style, so it's very interesting if you ask me. I wanted to keep today's video a little short because my other ones are a little long. And I know y'all probably just questioning how, you know, it is very out there, all of this that's happened to me. And I find it hard to believe myself. You know, I've compartmentalized a lot of this just to survive all the attacks, everything. And I just want y'all to be aware that this is real, this is happening, and it all starts, you know, they linked themselves, they told on themselves, all with this. So if you start seeing this, put a link together and ask, how will they get this if I've only worn this in the privacy of my own home, especially if they've had a pattern of copying me, stalking me, and, you know, their obsession is very unhealthy, and these people are dealing with a very serious case of imposter syndrome. And I hope they get well, you know. I will be keeping them in my prayers because I don't want to hold that hatred in my heart. And I want to forgive, but I also want to forget these people, what they've done. It's hard to forget them when you see them all over social media, but their time is coming and it's very well documented as well. So I just wanted to do this short little video for you guys to give you some more answers and give you more proof, what is going on and what these people are doing, you know. But I love all of you. I miss all of you. I wish, you know, hopefully one day we can make it out of this situation and have our freedom back and not have to deal with corrupt, dirty people. It's so sickening and disturbing. It's to be around all of this. I try to, like I say, compartmentalize all of it so it's not, I don't have to deal with this. And right now, you know, I've survived a cult before. The brothel was like a cult system and Dennis was like the leader. And I could definitely, you know, I've survived a cult again. So I know if I've survived Dennis, which was a lot, I definitely could survive this. And it all, like I said in my last video, it was preparation for this moment. And now I know why I went through everything in 2015 was to prepare me to go through this. But I survived 2015. I know I'll survive this. It's just a matter of when. And I just want my freedom, and I want these people to be held accountable, and I want the world to know what these people have done to me and others as well. Because if they've done it to me, I know they've done it to others. They've tried to silence me and erase me, and I've had enough of keeping quiet and watching them get away with stolen storylines, stolen everything. These people are so unoriginal that they hope by stealing from me that my sparkle will rub off on them, because they lack something in their lives, and it just doesn't work that way, honey. So that's all I have to say right now, but I hope you all have a wonderful week, and thank you all for all who view us and watch us and investigate as well. I love you all so much.